Hello, this is another update. Let me see, it's December 14th, 15th. As you can see, my layout is still, it's in the garage, so it's not getting the best workout because it's a little harder to get around as opposed to where it was before in the nice big warm room. But one of the things I wanted to point out in this case is I was working on, again, panels. So as you can see, here is similar to one of the panels I made last time with the LEDs, which is this one over here. See, I use these ones and I use these big white type. You can see how big those LEDs are. And basically they're like a Christmas tree set of lights. And so you just drill a hole and you pop them in one at a time. And I use some hot glue. And then there ends up being a cable here at the end, which is positive, ground, and a signal. And here I needed another, the yellow wire was another signal. Because the boards operate basically 21 lights at a time. And since I had 29, I had to have one signal for the first 21 lights. And then the other signal wire for the balance of the lights. Using those MGP panel decoder boards. But the other thing, so the thing is with these lights, again, you see there's these little, the chip is in there, the WS2811. That's a little chip that's hanging on the bottom down here, this little black square in there. And one thing I tried is I purchased these, some LEDs here, and here I used the glue. I know silicone to hot glue, and then a silicone to make it, because I soldered all the connections together by bending over the pins, and I didn't want them to end up touching each other. So I used hot glue and silicone to hold it in place so it wouldn't get shorted. But it's quite a low profile compared to the other one. The LEDs are smaller, so they look a little bit more nicer than that panel there. And the other thing is that with these LEDs, what you have to remember is that they have that WS2811 chip built in. So whereas some other boards, well, those ones, the chip is separate, it's underneath. The LEDs are bigger. Some LEDs don't have, most LEDs don't have that chip built in. But if I used regular LEDs, then I would have had to have like a controller board that has the WS2811 chip in it, then wire those to each LED, and it would have got, would become more complicated in wiring. Whereas in this case, I have just these 4 wires. Which is again positive, ground, and the signal, and then the signal for the other, because since like that other board, the MGP panel does 21 RGB lights, or altogether 64 aspects. So I needed 29 lights, so I needed another signal, and that goes so basically it's 3 wires, comes down here. It actually goes into this board that's here, which is based on that other board is based on this board. But this one has switches, and but then just when you press the button, it tells you, it'll flip the turnouts and tell you what route it's taking. But you don't see if the block is occupied because these LEDs are just one color. You can buy them in green, yellow, blue, a few different colors. But I got them in green to show me which route the train is taking. But there was extra memory space with those boards, so that's where I'm able to pass a wire from there to this board and control this. So that's what's neat, is that I don't have to buy separate boards to operate this one and that one. And this one will probably be mounted in that hole on that side of the layout there. So it'll be a nice amendment. Eventually I'll be designing a board that has the push buttons built into this, see if I can get them all into the same panel. But that would be my ultimate goal, which I've mentioned a few times in the past, because I have, like I said, the other Team Digital boards, which is on this side. Again, one panel with all switches and LEDs to tell you what block is being taken, and this one says what blocks are occupied. So again, if I could merge these two into one board, that would be great. And so that's where I am for now. So thanks a lot, and happy holidays. Bye-bye.